With the last chapter ending with Isagi, Yoichi, and Itoshi Rin going shoulder to shoulder, the community has been waiting patiently to see what the duel's outcome was. Luckily, today's chapter shows us exactly that, while also giving even more insight into why Itoshi Rin is batshit crazy. What's going on, everybody? My name is Animasu, and today we'll be taking a look at the Blue Lock chapter 271 leaks, titled Life is Beautiful. If you like staying up to date with Blue Lock or just my content, please make sure to click that subscribe button, comment below your thoughts, and feel free to join my community Discord to interact with me directly. Without further ado, let's dive even deeper into Itoshi Rin and Sai's childhood. Today's chapter starts us off as usual with intro text which states, "The Itoshi brothers in the early days. Rin's story began here." The first thing we see is Sai closing the front door behind he and Rin, as he screams out to his parents, announcing that they've returned home from getting ice cream. Their parents walk up to them, however with their father looking angry and mother holding a broken toy, they end up immediately confronting Rin about this. The poor kid just begins to sweat and can't even get a word out, and I'm not gonna lie, I understand why. Their father looks like a complete crash out. Before Rin can finally spit out an apology and the truth though, his brother Sai actually shouts out over him, saying that it was he who broke the toy, not Rin. Their parents and even Rin look over at him in confusion, with their father even raising an eyebrow as if he knows this isn't true. Sai just continues to lie, saying that he broke the toy due to being annoyed with something, so with their father demanding Sai to follow him, two brothers say goodbye by sticking their tongue out at one another. Page 3 picks up with a completely different vibe, as we see some kind of dinosaur monster creature rampaging through a city. People all over the ground are screaming out in terror, thinking it to be the end of the world. However, with one man pointing up, hope still seems to remain. Even though it's been far past 3 minutes and he should be out of power, the hero Evolved Man is shown trying to rise up and defend the city. The hero then begins to T-pose with energy flying towards him from all around, seeming to come from the citizens and people on the ground. In some kind of spirit bomb ripoff, the hero is draining the life force from everyone around, and we even see an old man trying to forfeit his energy despite not having that much life remaining. With Evolved Man then sticking out his hand to unleash one final attack. The 5th page shows him ripping off a Mechamaru type beam that literally throws him back through the air. It also gives us context to the chapter title here as the attack name, as he screams out that life is beautiful. With the beam hitting the monster directly in the belly, the chapter cuts back into the real world, as this was all just from a popular movie at the time. We saw children of the daycare throwing out their hands and screaming out the hero's phrase, just as we as kids did with Goku and Kamehameha. With all the kids playing Jenga and talking about how cool the Evolved Man is, their sensei even seems to be a fan, as she talks about how she cried due to the previous episode. It's a super funny and wholesome scene, as we can even see baby Rin playing Jenga alongside all the others. Speaking of which, with him distracted, the next page shows the other kids trying to get Rin's attention, as it's now his turn to play. With him completely zoned out though and falling down, Rin just crashes chin first into the Jenga tower, fully obliterating it as everyone screams out in terror. Page 8 shows a young Rin being even more of a menace, as he's jumped from the top of some playground equipment in an attempt to land on a group of birds. Luckily for the birds, they managed to fly away in time, leaving a young Rin falling to the ground and bloodying up his nose. I'm not sure what's exactly wrong with this child, but Rin might be a little acoustic like me, because the signs are definitely there. Page 9 then literally shows a cheetah running down a gazelle, to then rip its jugular open by sinking its fangs deep. This seems to be what Rin is watching on Animal Planet in his free time, as we see him completely enamored in the violent eyes of the cheetah. These pages relating to the city being destroyed in the movie, Rin falling in the Jenga tower, even the cheetah hunting. All of these panels give us more context into why Rin has such a destructive impulse. Fitting enough though, we see a conversation between their parents, as the father seems to be worried about how Rin has once again gotten in trouble at school and hurting himself. The mother even points out how Sai has been acting strange lately too due to Rin, and although she questions her skill as a mother, their father just comforts her by saying boys will be boys, and Rin will grow out of it eventually. Our young destroyer though can be seen lurking in the background listening to this all, with his eyes wide open and lips shut. Sai walks down the stairs just at that moment to try and cheer him up with more ice cream, however Rin tells him that he doesn't want to go, so the two just end up hanging out in Sai's room. With Sai stretching out on the floor and Rin laying in the bed, he goes on to ask his older brother if he's a weirdo. He goes on to even ask if he's a bother to everyone around, which shows just how isolated and different Rin feels, especially now that he eavesdropped on his parents' conversation. Sai comforts him though by saying that people often call him weird and annoying too, so does that mean Rin is unhappy to be like his brother? Of course this changes his entire mentality, because with Rin wanting to be just like Sai, he says that if he's the same as you, then it's okay if he's weird. With the TV showing the same scene from Evolved Man that we saw earlier, Sai talks about how childish it is to like this lame hero while doing pickups. With Rin locked into the TV though, he corrects Sai by saying that what he prefers is the final monster boss over the hero. With the beam once again shown hitting the creature and people cheering against it, Rin points out how it's trying to fight even in the face of someone better than it. As the monster then leaps for it to grab the hero with its mouth, Rin says that more than anything, he's fighting for his life. Despite how random this chapter is in terms of what we're seeing, I have a random thought, which is just how funny the switch up will be when it gets animated. We'll just be mid-PXG match, chilling with Rin vs Isagi, and the next episode will just begin with Godzilla vs Mega Man. Page 15 and 16 then shows the monster quite actually self-destructing, as Rin points out how cool it is to fight no matter the consequence to your own self. With the monster's explosion literally ripping through the city like Gojo's 200% hollow purple, Rin says that even if he gets hurt and beaten on the way there, he'll still one day fight someone amazing, destroy him, to then die like that. Sai looks half worried and half impressed with Rin's philosophy, as he begins to drool once again by watching the movie. I see. My ego, it isn't just a destructive impulse. With page 18 showing Rin breaking off from Isagi and tapping back into his spiral eyes, destruction at the cost of life seems to be the true ego he's been hiding deep within. His tongue is hanging out, the spiral and fully blacked eyes are back, Itoshi Rin the flow merchant is finally tapped in, ladies and gentlemen. The final page though shows Michael Kaiser sprinting straight towards Rin, calling him a foul-mouthed, tongue-wagging monk. Now that is a word jumble and more than likely a mistranslation, but if I get the officials and Kaiser indeed said monk, all I'm saying is I'm confirmed Igagori's helping Kaiser score again. I don't know what the hell else to say. With both players awakened, and one with Metavision and one with the Berserker Stay, we finally will see the matchup between these prodigies. It's sad that Isagi got tossed aside so easily after swearing to replace Hitoshi Sai, but oh well, maybe he'll come back around. The outro text for today's chapter goes on to say, giving your all to know your ego. Engrave this way of life onto the world. This outro text really makes me think that Itoshi Rin will be scoring the next chapter, and even more than that, chapter 272 will be the last consecutive chapter before a break week. We have not had one of those in a while. Next chapter's title happens to be titled Rock, Paper, Scissors, which feel free to drop those theories down below, as I feel like I need a bit more time to think about it. In my mind, I really think I see Rin scoring this, or Isagi and Kaiser coming around to block it together with Gagomaru. But like I said, just let me know what you think. That's sadly being the end of today's video. I just want to thank you all so much for supporting the channel. If you want to enjoy staying up to date with Bullock or enjoy my content, please support the channel by clicking that subscribe button, commenting below your thoughts, and also feel free to join my community Discord so you can interact with me directly. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my upcoming video where we figure out which of the new Egoist League Masters is truly the best coach to their team and not an absolute bum.